Welcome into DRF Daily, DRF Sportsbook's daily betting live stream coming at you every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. When there is football on, DRF Daily is on. Today we have a fantastic slate of college football action highlighted by number 15 Washington heading down to Los Angeles to take on UCLA. UCLA, a 3-point home dog in some Pac 12 action. We'll get to that, but first, of course, as always, some housekeeping stuff. If you're not already, follow us on Twitter, on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Just check us on out, DRF Sportsbook, wherever you are on social media, we're on there as well. And you can check out all of our exclusive betting data, line movements, trends, betting angles, everything like that at drf.com/sports. You can sign up for free, and when you sign up, you get added to our newsletter if you want to be added to our newsletter. And our newsletter drops every Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday in your inbox with the best betting angles and the best sports data out there to make you profitable. And also, while you're doing that, if you're in Iowa, use our data to beat us. DRF Sportsbook. We're live in Iowa. Check us out at ia.drf.com, or you can download the DRF Sportsbook app in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. And of course, you can download DRF Cash Grab.
Introducing the DRF Cash Grab app, the super easy, free-to-play sports predictor game from a name you know and trust. The Daily Racing Form. Use your sports knowledge to predict the winners, and you could score thousands of dollars in cash prizes. Pro football, college football, pro basketball, college basketball, hockey, soccer, boxing, baseball, and more. Compete against others for a spot on the monthly leaderboard. Download the DRF Cash Grab app and play today.
All right, so with all that out of the way, let's start breaking down some of our college football best bets for today. We're starting things off with Tulane taking on Houston. Houston is a 2.5-point favorite. The total is set at 55. Over the last three, these two teams are mirror images of each other in that they're the reversed image of each other. Tulane comes in 2-1 straight up against the spread, and 2-1 against the spread and straight up. Houston comes in 1-2 against the spread and straight up. However, Houston is 2-0 both straight up and against the spread against Tulane the last two times these two teams met. And since 1992, Houston holds a decisive advantage against Tulane, going 9-3 against the spread at home. Houston hasn't necessarily been extremely tested, though, so far this season. They're 72nd most efficient defense in the nation. Tulane has a fantastic defense, 36th most efficient. But the key here will be the offensive matchup of Tulane against Houston's defense. Houston's defense isn't great, but neither is Tulane's offense. Tulane's offense is 92nd most efficient in the nation, which just is not all that great. And our power line kind of favors some of Houston in this one. Houston's offense is 60th most efficient. So Houston has a better offense than they do defense. Tulane different. Tulane has a much better defense than they do offense. If you look at some of the betting angles and statistics heading into this game, our power line likes the Cougars at -6, and our game estimators both like Houston to cover the 2.5 point spread as they win by 3 in estimate number 2, and they win by 6 in estimate number 1. That's why we're going Houston -2.5 tonight against Tulane. I think the historical trends that they're 9-3 against the spread at home since 1992 is really big. Houston's owned Tulane the last couple of seasons, and Houston isn't necessarily a bad team. Their offense can pick apart Tulane's defense, and I think the fact that Tulane's offense just is not efficient at all is going to pose some problems for them. Tulane probably won't be able to push across a lot of points as they're the 92nd most efficient offense in the country. So, breaking down that game, we're heading to UTSA against Middle Tennessee State. If you know the name Middle Tennessee State, it's probably because you've heard them in the news a lot this season. They just beat number 25 Miami. Miami is no longer ranked because of this loss. But they didn't just beat Miami in Miami. They crushed the Hurricanes completely. Middle Tennessee looked like the better team. And Rick Stockstill, the head coach of the Blue Raiders, has been talking about it all week. That's been the talk of college football over this last week. It's been Middle Tennessee's utter domination over the Miami Hurricanes. So is this a letdown spot for the Blue Raiders? I think it is. UTSA has one of the best quarterbacks we don't talk about in Frank Harris. Frank Harris this season has gone 104, has completed 104 of his 154 passes for 1,300 yards. He has 10 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and he's tacked on 162 rush yards and 2 touchdowns over the 4 games UTSA has played. The Roadrunners have looked solid despite a 2-2 record. MTSU comes into this one off the huge win, but in week 1 they got mollywopped by JMU 44-7. They haven't looked necessarily great. Middle Tennessee is 3-1, but I have some questions about the Blue Raiders overall. Their offense, has just not been good. They aren't explosive, but they were explosive against Miami, so it makes you kind of wonder if they've figured things out, and Chase Cunningham is starting to put things together for the Blue Raiders. But overall, MTSU is the 74th most efficient team, where UTSA is 63rd most efficient. UTSA is held up with a really good offense and a below average defense, where Middle Tennessee is held up by a really stout defense and a not explosive kind of below average offense. UTSA holds the record. They're 6-2 against the spread on the road the last 2 seasons, and they're 2-0 against the spread against Middle Tennessee at Middle Tennessee, or 2-0 against the spread against Middle Tennessee the last 2 times these 2 teams have faced. Middle Tennessee is a 4-point home dog. Our power line thinks this one should be more like Blue Raiders -4, but I'm going to have to fade our power line in this one. I like UTSA -4. UTSA had a very close loss against Houston in week 1. They went toe-to-toe with Texas, and I believe week 3 or week 2. That was a close loss. The Roadrunners are a good team. Frank Harris is the better quarterback, and I think this is just a classic letdown spot for Middle Tennessee. You've been talking all week, not about this game, but about last week's game. Their head coach, Rick Stockstill, has been talking all about last game, not this game. And I think UTSA's offense is just really good and will be able to pick apart the Middle Tennessee defense, which has been their strong suit all year. It's a complete letdown spot. I think we're going to see a lot of shocked faces there in Middle Tennessee. So give me the Roadrunners -4 in this one, and I'm feeling really good about that.